and Eastern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Some of us are getting a break from the rain right now, but the flash flood threat is expected to continue into early next week. WYMT's Brandon Robinson begins our Severe Weather Alert Day team coverage from the Polk Salad Festival in Harlan. Brandon?
Hey Steve, we're tracking again, of course, that rain that's going to be affecting us not only tonight but all weekend long. That flash flood watch was issued this morning and goes all the way into early next week, as you said. Let's take a look at the details as we start our forecast. Flash flood watch again for most of eastern and southern Kentucky. We're going to continue to watch that threat again until midnight on Monday. So one of those situations that were a long-form threat that we're going to be tracking. Last few hours on the satellite radar, pretty quiet for us for the most part. We've been in waves here across parts of the area, but heavy at times and not so heavy at times. Live pinpoint Doppler radar, some heavier bands of rain along the I-75 corridor, but most of us dry for the moment. And I know a lot of folks here in Harlan hoping that trend continues to stay the same. Temperatures not very warm when it comes to the actual air temperature, but when you factor in that humidity, oh man, is it hot. We're looking at 60s and 70s, but you can feel those dew points. Look at that, 72, 70, 69. There's a bunch of upper 60s there. When you get into that category, you're in an oppressive category. So the flash flood watch, of course, our main concern on this WYMT Severe Weather Alert Day. A soggy weekend on tap, but maybe some sunshine as we get into the next few days. The rest of the forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, last night, those storms moved in quickly, causing areas like Powell County to see some pretty serious effects. Many people in the community said the water was so high in many spots that it covered parking lots and yards. Today, the cleanup started for many who worked to clear drains and repair power lines. Coming up at 6, Nick Oliver has more from a couple as they recall the moments they had to be rescued from their home. We want to go now to some breaking news out of Perry County. Moments ago, a jury found Harold Hayes guilty of murder. Jury deliberations started late this afternoon. Hayes shot and killed Terry Stidham in August of last year. Right now, the jury is deciding how long to recommend for Hayes to spend behind bars. We do have a reporter in the courtroom and hope to have a live report coming up at 6. Remote Area Medical is back in town for a clinic in Hazard 2 years in a row. WYMT's Lauren McCourt talked with volunteers who say this weekend should be another successful event. Lauren?
Steve, right now RAIM is currently wrapping up their final touches at East Perry Elementary for this weekend's medical clinic. Officials with the clinic tell me they look to work with over 500 people tomorrow. Patients can expect much more than your average checkup, though. RAIM will also provide dental and vision service. People can begin lining up tonight at midnight.
Anything here in dental, from extractions to fillings to just cleanings. Vision, you get full eye exam, can walk out of here tomorrow with a brand new set of glasses.
Like I said, Steve, people can start arriving at East Perry Elementary at midnight, but they will not be handing out tickets until 3 a.m. The clinic doors will officially open at 6. Steve?
All right, Lauren, thank you. So people in western Kentucky felt a small earthquake this week. It happened last night in Ballard County near the town of Keyville. That's near the New Madrid fault line. There's no damage from the 2.4 quake. People in Ballard County and neighboring Marshall County say they also felt the shaking. Right now, an escaped inmate from Lee County is still on the run. Get a good look at 39-year-old Jamie Vyers. Police say he escaped from a corrections van on Kentucky Highway 11 yesterday afternoon. He was serving a sentence for burglary and assault. If you have any information on where he might be, you should call police. Meanwhile, a similar story here in Perry County. Officials say John David Feltner ran off yesterday in the Leatherwood community while cutting grass. He was last seen wearing jeans, a white tank top, and a gray short-billed ball cap. Officials said Feltner got into an old green Suburban and that he is not considered dangerous. If you see Feltner, you should call your local law enforcement agency. A high-profile Kentucky murder case is getting closer to trial. Timothy Madden is accused of raping and killing 7-year-old Gabby Doolin in 2015. Today, a judge set several hearings in place to make sure the trial begins as scheduled on September 4th in Hardin County. A final pretrial conference is set for August 9th. Well, as we head into the weekend, the search continues for a Whitley County murder suspect. Nicholas Rucker went on the run 2 weeks ago. Police believe he shot and killed his girlfriend, Vicki Connor. Since then, there have been several sightings of Rucker, but police have not been able to catch him. In Laurel County, deputies are looking for a woman who they say slashed a car's tires. Deputies shared some surveillance pictures with us earlier today. It happened at the Pit Stop Market in Delhi around 7:30 last night. Deputies also say she could be driving this white SUV. If you know where she might be, give deputies a call. Also in Laurel County, a man is facing a rape charge. Deputies arrested Kenneth Rose this morning. Investigators say he had sex with an underage child. Right now he's in jail in Whitley County. He's charged with second-degree rape. As summer kicks off for students across the region, many of them will enjoy the sun and fun, but others will have to worry where they will find their next meal. In Pike County, Thankful Heart Food Pantry and Chain of Love Disaster Relief are working together to help ease that burden. Every Friday, students are invited to their Adams Road Pantry to eat a prepared meal at the center, where they can also watch television and fellowship.
That's why we do it, because most children go home and they don't have any food at home. And with this, at least they would get something to eat. And we also have meals that they can take home next door.
Adkins says she hopes the program will expand to reach more students. KVEC is auctioning off tiny homes built by local students. This year they have 6 homes that were all built by high school students across eastern Kentucky. Officials with KVEC say this is the 3rd year for the Build It Forward program, and they are excited about the outcome of this auction.
What we found was that students who may not be able to understand a math concept on paper, when they are cutting floor joists or the trusses and angles, they understand that math concept. And so it's important then for kids who learn different to have another avenue to learn those skills.
Bidding for the tiny homes will take place until July 16th. Daylight saving time could become permanent in Oregon. Lawmakers there approved the proposal this week. It would affect every part of the state in the Pacific time zone. Oregon's governor is expected to sign the bill. Still, the change would not take effect unless both California and Washington approve similar laws. If that happens, the states would then need authorization from Congress to become exempt from the Uniform Time Act of 1966. Arizona and most of Hawaii and most of Arizona are currently exempt from that law. Still to come at 5:30, food poisoning makes millions of us sick each year. Hear what experts urge you to do in the kitchen to stay healthy.